Hello guys! So today for this video, I'd like to share about my keloid journey and what I think is a better strategy in trying to remove your keloid more effectively. So before I start this video, I'd like to just say that this is my personal experience and it's not a medical advice. So let's get started! If you're watching this, you probably know what's a keloid already. If you don't know, keloid is actually a Greek word, originate from Greek, it means crab claw. And basically, in short, it's just a keloid that's really hard to treat. There's no one-size-fits-all treatment, and it tends to get itchy, pain, and also hot, at least from my experience. So let's not get confused between hypertrophic scar and keloid scar. As you can see here on the screen, this is the difference between hypertrophic scar and keloid scar. So sometimes people come up to me and tell me, oh my god, I do have that scar as well. And then when they show me, dude, it's not a keloid scar, okay? So the biggest difference between these two scars is that hypertrophic scar would only stay within the original scar region, but then keloid scar actually grow beyond that boundary, and it gets firm, raised, and I mean, it's really painful at times. Okay, so in terms of treatment for keloid, you would know, like if you put into Google trying to look for treatment for keloid, there are many treatments, and sometimes you just don't know which one would help you. It's something like what I learned from kinesiology. It's called the inter-individual variability principle. So what it means is that each treatment that worked for one person might not work for the other, and I guess that's just life. As you can see here on the screen right now, this is the list of the current treatment available to treat keloids. And you see that there's a corticosteroid, there's laser, and many more. If you're interested on reading this research paper, I'll put the link down below so you could just take a look at it. It's quite interesting. So my first ever treatment was steroid injection. I've taken a lot of steroid injection over the years for my keloid, and to be honest, it didn't really work as well for me. I've seen research paper that it worked effectively for some people, but like for me, it kind of flattened a little and then it came back. I've also done laser therapy and also multimodal treatment, so basically steroid, and on top of steroid you have something else as well to come hand in hand. So based on the research, they said that it's better to have two different treatments in combination rather than just having one treatment. And as you can see here, there are a lot of treatments here, but like it's really based on where you live and how much money do you have, right? Because if you don't have too much money, you can't be spending on, I don't know, like cryotherapy is pretty expensive. That's what I heard. So basically I have two keloids right now, one on the chest and one on the ear. So the one on the chest has been there probably like 20 years already. It's due to chickenpox, and then the one on my ear is due to ear piercing, and it's probably a year old only. But even if it's a year old, like it actually grew so fast that like it's already the size of grapes. So I kind of have given up on the treatments probably a few years ago because I've spent too much money on keloids and it didn't really work for me. It's not until when my ear piercing started causing me to have keloid, it didn't really bother me as well until it went from like this to this, and people started noticing it, asking questions, and that's when you started realizing that, oh my god, like is this such a weird thing? And then you started doubting yourself and kind of like that. Let's go on and on. And at first, to be honest, like I was kind of upset because I know how keloid is such a hard to treat thing, just because I had one in my chest that I spent so much money on and it didn't really work. So that's how I started, looking for treatments again. But then this time I have a different approach. So in the past, I would go on to Google and then I put in keloid clinic, and then I look through those that have good reviews, and then I'll just go in, and most of the time, or maybe 98% of the time, all of them would suggest a steroid injection. And I mean, if you're not a doctor, you would just listen to a doctor, right? And you just go for it because you think, like, you know, they suggested it, so it's probably a good thing. But because I know they would be suggesting steroid injection, so what I did this time that is different is that I went on to Google and I put in the keloid and I put in a research paper. So my aim this time is different. So instead of looking for a doctor with good reviews, what I did is that I wanted to look for a doctor that is experienced in treating keloid, right? So it's a different strategy that actually works better, because what I did was that I looked for a research paper that is published by doctors that are experienced and also in my region. So I'm in Malaysia, so what I did was that I was looking for research paper in Malaysia, and to be honest, there are not a lot. So I found this doctor on that research paper, and I emailed her. Later I met up with her and she looked at my keloid on my chest and she told me, like, you know, steroid injection is actually not really the way to go, because my scar right here has been so flattened that it actually is indented already. So she suggested another laser called the CO pulse laser that I hope that I could save up some money to get that treatment. So if you'd like to support me, I have a link down below. Just $1 helps as well. And if you're Malaysian, I welcome you to connect with me, because I found ways that are cheaper to treat keloid than the conventional way. So I wouldn't suggest what treatment is best for you because I'm not a doctor. And what I could do is to give you this strategy to try to do your own homework to look for the best person that could help you to treat your keloid. I know how it feels to have a keloid because I have it for so many years. I try not to be bothered by it as much anymore, but I know sometimes it's still hard. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and also please comment down below regarding your stories. I would love to hear your keloid stories as well. So I hope all of you who are watching this, if you have a keloid, don't give up. But even if you have it and you're not trying to treat it anyway, you know, just embrace it. You're beautiful anyway.